out! Head on!
Crystals are very near. Uncover a camouflaged tunnel.
You follow.
Oh shit! So, yo, let's go! I just want to like crush him up and snort them all. That'd make me super powerful, right? That's how this works.
Onwards.
Maybe I should save?
Something is not right here.
Belt of the Venerated Champion. +6 grants a wearer a +2 on fortitude saving throws and a + insight against evil creatures. Oh, she's already wearing one.
Dream. Prepare yourself.
Die! Fall! Endure this!
Desna, guide my hand!
Let's hear you cry! I will bring down the divine wrath!
Hello.
Into the fray!
Make your peace.
Run them through!
Yo! That looks cool.
Eternal Rose, I call upon you!
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
I will resist!
Out of my way! Begone, fiend! Make every strike count.
The light, take you!
Prepare yourself!
I like how the game was like, social's become petrified. it's almost death-like. This can be fixed with this spell, available only to social. I'm like, well, shit. That ain't happening.
Head on!
Right. So, let's go back to, Mage Tower. I didn't even think the Mage Tower would be for, what's-his-face, but it makes total sense. I thought I had the key to the Mage Tower, but I guess not.
I lead. You follow.
I did equip that belt, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah.
Onwards!
This way? Hand over the Nahadran crystal. Take the crystal. What do you see? He takes the crystal, and his face becomes twisted with evil rage, and a screeching cry bursts from his lips. A bloody stain spreads across your chest, and the storyteller's visions once again burst into your mind, just as they did in Canabras when you brought him a stone chisel. My wings take me higher and higher, stirring storms, but even they cannot disperse the ball of darkness hanging in front of me. Stupid little maggot. You think you could fly as high as me? My cheeky opponent does not answer, but the wound under my heart continues to gush streams of blood, tainted by the feathers of the black bolt and dripping into the dark waters of Ishiar. There's something wrong with the wound. My strength is dwindling too quickly. This means there's no time to waste. I'll grab her, scrunch her up, cut her with my claws, and then throw her to the very bottom of the abyss. Quickly changing the direction of my flight, I rush forward to hit the center of the dark cloud. Well, where are you? My chest is thrust forward, ready to take any blow, and my claws are cutting through the air, but she is not here. She's deceived me. The dark cloud was a fake. Where are you? Her triumphant laughter echoes over the black ocean, so insulting, so insolent and impetuous. Someone catch the laughter. Choke it. Your mind is confused. Adrenaline pours through your veins. By force of will, you manage to overcome this madness and concentrate on the storyteller's screeching voice. Who are you? You don't know me? I am the demon lord Olynthiya, last of the Harpies, sweet-voiced mistress and seductive peril. My wings can embrace a mountain, and all in the abyss know my name. Who are you fighting? The pathetic upstart Nocticula. She attacked without warning and wounded me, and now she is hiding in her shadows, thinking she can get away from me. Your pathetic leathery wings can't compare with mine. What are you fighting for? For power, for might, for superiority, for the right to fly over the endless waters, for the right to seduce the unlucky ones of their own choosing. One of us will perish and the other will rise and get everything the loser owns, and I will be the one to triumph. How will your fight end? She will win, overpower me, weaken my spirit, and my body will drop into the waters of Ishiar. The elf's voice becomes lower and lower, becoming denser and stronger, like the stone that has decided to talk. From now on, I am blood. I set and thicken, I grow firmer, stronger. I crystallize, I gain edges. Power lies dormant in me, and I lie dormant in the dark. A dark, heavy stone slab seems to fall onto your back, but this is not enough to break you. Stubbornly straightening your neck, you continue to listen to the stone teller's monotonous voice. I thought the souls of demon lords went to the Rift of Repose after death. Yes, but not me. The one I used to be, she was supposed to go to a secret place, but someone stopped her, locked her in this body. She didn't want those who fell at her hand to return. She found a way to lock their power in their remains, and the power is still there. Are you the island of Olynthiya, where the capital is built? Yes, my body became stone, my flesh turned into firmament, and the power hidden in it made it expand as well. I am the island and everything hidden within. Where are you? I'm lying in the ground, and the depths of my paths are laid. I am asleep, waiting for greedy hands to touch me, gather me up, and take my power for their own. What will happen to you next? You will take me out. Your hands will take me out of the cavern. The storyteller calms. This is where the road to the past, the one open to me, ends. It leads to this very moment, but I see something else. The future. A possible future. Droplets of spittle fly from the elf's mouth. His speech becomes furious and garbled, his voice trembling with tension. Ah, it hurts. The crystal is so huge. She's implanting it, sewing it into living flesh, my flesh, and it oozes power, soaking my flesh and blood, flowing in my veins. I am rage, I am agony, I am violence made flesh. Overcoming the scarlet rage seizing in your mind, you get through to the stream of insults and mangled words from the storyteller's lips. Try to listen to the storyteller's voice to try to understand why it's trembling. Failed. Sad. I only had to roll a 5. Who are you and whom do you serve? I am the humble demon for whose old name doesn't matter. From now on, everyone will call me the Horned Lady, Lady Hepzi, and Lady Hepzi will lead me into battle, where I will crush her enemies. No, I will destroy them with my horrifying grunt that will rip their pathetic flesh from their meager carcasses. Who is implanting the crystal into you? Mustafen, that cunning one with the snake eyes, one of the fosterlings of the upstart Arilu. My mistress Hepzi ordered him to do it. She has many such crystals. I'm not the first or last to have had this done to them. Mustafen is a weak and mortal spawn, but even he improves with practice. You see, I am alive, unlike the pathetic fortunates who went before. His vision fades with a terrible heat in your chest. What a horrible vision. I am completely exhausted. I never expected to touch the memories of a fallen demon lord who have never found peace in the Rift of Repose. I shared a vision with you again. Like when you brought me the stone chisel in Canabras? Strange. Could it be that the two objects are connected to each other or to you? So the crystals are demon blood. Yes, hardened blood in which the spiritual power of the perished demon lord is sealed away. In this case, the power of Alinthia, who was killed in the battle and locked in her own remains in her own remains in this unusual way. So the city is built on her corpse? In a manner of speaking, yes. After a spiritual power of Alinthia did not go to the Rift of Repose, Nocticula began to transform her dead body, forcing it to expand and assume more of a solid, static form. I can only guess what a nightmare of imprisonment was for Alinthia's spiritual essence. How can the stone grant powers? I suppose that it happens as a result of some merging process, after which the unpleasant power of the Demon Lord is literally flow into the body of those who use the stone. What is the Rift of Repose? That is where the souls of the fallen Demon Lords go. After death, they usually return to their own abyssal realms. But if death finds them again before a year passes, the abyss dumps them in its cemetery, in the stone rift full of fog. The souls of the grand demonic dead turn into stone statues and stand for an eternity, slowly becoming threaded with cracks and gradually falling into ruin. It is a kingdom of decline and decay, and a visit there might serve as a good lesson for those who believe that their own might and deem themselves invincible. Everything's clear now. Is it? I have a brilliant idea. The stone knife you showed me in Canabras, do you still have it? Can I examine it? I don't have it. Well, alas. I don't have that stone knife anymore? I thought I did. Did I use it for something? The purple stone knife is required to do something at the end of Act 1, which will immediately destroy it, Sag. So it's gone. So I did that. And then it says the purple stone knife is required to do something in Act 4, which is also no longer an option because I destroyed it in Act 1. Lame. Oh well. The truth about the origin of the Nahadran crystals has been obtained. All that remains is to go to Chimera and share this recently acquired knowledge, or perhaps not. Everyone knows that Demon's instinct is to rebel at all costs. Some conspicuous disobedience can lead to a greater respect than diligent service. Public outing with Valexia's companions is a serious step forward that can boost one's reputation and garner some notoriety. However, it must be remembered that social gatherings in the Abyss are very different from those on Galarian, even in the darkest, wildest corners. Isn't Chimera in the Harem of Art and Dreams? Yeah, she is. Alright. Oil. The question is, do I do anything about the two people that want to talk to me? I think at the very least I should go on the outing with What's-Her-Face. I should go to the Harem of Ardent Dreams, because both of them are in there. That'll be interesting to have them both in the same room.
Move out.
I want to go here, actually. This is the Harem of Ardent Dreams, isn't it? House of Wicked Knowledge.
You follow.
Save there.
Onwards.
It was a good idea of mine to introduce you to high society in this reception. We are a group of gossips among the guests. I heard them whispering about how we showed up together. So what will happen in this private reception? Her eyes widen as she leans forward as if letting you in on a secret. Shamira came up with such an interesting idea. Today she will dispense false justice. Shamira of the Ardent Dream. All rise. The proceedings will now begin with the dispensation of false justice. I, Shamir of the Ardent Dream, will perform the duty of judge. The rights of prosecution will be granted to anyone acquainted with the rage and hatred, and the part of the defender will be given to time and blind fate. All of the participants are obligated to show due dread and obedience to the decisions of the court. Now, our first case is brought by the assassin Dogward against the bodyguard for hire Cottrell. Dogward accuses Cottrell of being exceedingly nimble and dexterous. This excessive dexterity enabled the defendant to foil 3 assassination attempts against his employer, thus preventing the plaintiff from fulfilling his contract. Alexia is more interested in having a conversation than watching the trial. You know, after our last visit to Battle Bliss, I've been thinking a lot about the customs of Galarian. Despite our differences, we actually have a lot in common. Our actions and desires stem from the same passions, except when it comes to... Her eyes widen with excitement as she utters a word that is as foreign to the abyss as you are. To love. It is common knowledge that demons know nothing about love. So why don't you explain it to me? You still believe she is dangerous. More so than ever. Take a look at this place. She brought you here to witness the mockery of justice. To watch this genuine insult to truth and fairness. She is either trying to provoke you into violence or make you one of her obedient puppets. It is a pure and uplifting feeling in your soul that cleanses your heart of all burdens and pains. She stares at you with wide eyes. Pure and uplifting feeling. How intriguing and how unfamiliar. Our passions are tempestuous, and our feelings stem from the darkest depths of our soul, but you say this feeling is pure? Fascinating. Growling with rage, Cattrall the bodyguard has his head chopped off with a giant axe for being too good at his job. The crowd roars its approval, and the beaming plaintiff counts his coins. This is a perversion of justice. They're making a mockery of the very idea of a fair and noble trial. They're enjoying the ridiculing the law. It is not true that love restricts freedom. Is it not true that love restricts freedom, and that its harsh constraints can lead sometimes to cruel and evil deeds? Does not love force people to act contrary to their desires and subordinate themselves to the objects of their affection? Do not even the most loving souls occasionally feel regret about trading away their freedom for love? Haven't the most terrible betrayals been committed for the sake of love? Doesn't unrequited love cause mortals to commit suicide? And isn't the rejection the reason they often resort to violence and other terrible crimes? I am most curious to hear your answer on these questions. Free love always triumphs. As for crimes, no one said love wasn't dangerous. Free love dangerous. That sounds thrilling and perilous. I love games like that. It's not what I meant. Next, we'll hear the case of Varsa the Nose Cutter. He attacked 2 of the capital's visitors from another plane, even though the Great Nocticula made it clear that they were under her protection. Varsa the Nose Cutter tracked down his victims in the upper city and killed them with his glaive. Then he robbed them and cut off their tongues and noses. Scrawny demon doesn't look like a hardened killer. He writhes in his shackles, yelling hysterically. But I'm not Varsa the Nose Cutter. I don't even know who that is. My name is Sharzal, and I've never been to the upper city. I'm not allowed to enter, even though that's where a slaver of my status should live. Besides, I've never held a glaive in my life. This is all Hep Z's fault. She wanted to buy my slaves at half price, and I refused to sell. Now she's taking revenge against me and plans to get her hands on my slaves. It seems to me that love is like a living creature. Sometimes it behaves one way, and at other times another way. It is contradictory and inconsistent. It leads to both good and bad outcomes, and like every living creature, it is bound to die eventually. After all, every love, no matter how strong, is doomed to die. Is that not so? Gesture at the trial. I'm sorry, does this bother you? What? She takes a moment to understand your meaning, but then shrugs. Well, I did warn you that there would be entertainment at this reception, didn't I? If it bothers you, I could ask my dear Shamira to be a little quieter with her executions. True love lives on forever. He looks at you doubtfully, but can see how desperately she wants to believe you. Don't lie to me. I need you to be honest. Do you truly believe that? Don't answer. I can see that you're being sincere. The court finds evidence that the indicted person's innocence is to be quite convincing. However, false justice requires every sin be punished. So therefore, I hereby declare that the demon is Varsa the Nose Cutter, and he shall be executed without further delay. Alright, the last crime of the day is most harmful and treacherous. Turn a deaf ear to Shamira's words. Yeah, let's do that. Alexia listens to the ruler of Alushia with great interest, but she catches your glance. She turns her attention to you eagerly. Thank you for our conversation. I expected to find it interesting, but I had no idea our discussion would be so thought-provoking. I'm glad I decided to come here with you, and I sincerely hope you'll visit me again. I hope to see you at my manor. I host small receptions for the most interesting and noteworthy residents of the Upper City. Conversations at these receptions are always entertaining. If you were to attend, we could continue our discussion about love. Of course, I seriously doubt my guests would be as interested in the topic as I am, so perhaps we could finish our conversation in private. I hope to see you again. Don't stay too long. I'm looking forward to our next visit. Conspicuous disobedience. Maybe I keep the crystal for myself. I don't want to give it to her. I know if I tell her about it, she'll be like, gimme, gimme. Where am I supposed to meet her? Valexia's mansion. The harem of ardent dreams. Oh, there.
Battles await. Attend a reception of the ransom of rupture. Head on!
And then is this. I don't want to be alone with her because that is uncomfortable. Alexia's demeanor has changed since you last saw her. She looks at you with a mixture of boredom and irritation. When you greet her, her friendliness no longer seems genuine but forced and insincere. Here's our long-awaited guest. The performance is about to begin, and there's so much new talent here today. I wonder if any of them will entertain me. I'm starting to suspect that you're losing interest in our conversations. She throws you a withering glance and mutters something under her breath. In that case, you should act fast before you lose what remains of my interest. She claps her hands imperiously, and one of the performers begins to sing a heartfelt ballad. She looks tired and her eyes are full of sadness. There's a wistful note in her voice as she asks, "Tell me, how did you end up here in the Abyss? You are not one of us. Our ways are foreign to you. Why did you come here?" What do you think's going on? This is the finale. A performance is about to end. As I've already told you, her temper is volatile, and now you can see the proof of my words. She's grown tired of her new Galarian companion and will unleash her anger upon you at any moment. If you can surprise her, you might buy yourself some time, otherwise you should be prepared for a fight. We are now in a wild creature's lair, and the enemies have cornered us. I came here because I wanted to. You know, your lightheartedness and carefree attitude were so charming until you began to bore me with your superficiality. The demon interrupts the ballad with an impatient clap of her hands. The singer quails beneath her impetuous gaze and hurries away. Another performer steps up, dressed as a jester. How many mortals would it take to paint this manor? Depends on how hard you throw them at the walls. The wailing starts to annoy me. What do we have next? Oh, another fool who has decided to entertain me with jokes. Well, as far as I'm aware, laughing at cripples and misfortunates is popular on Galarian as well. If you ask me, it's a primitive form of entertainment. Still, you mortals seem to enjoy it, even though you you try to pretend yourselves different from us creatures of vice and evil. Now that I'm thinking about it, what is the difference between demons and Galarians? Yeah, there is light and mercy in our souls. You really think you were the first Galarian I have ever met? There is much darkness in your souls as there is in ours, and you cannot pretend that your kind is unacquainted with the sins and vices that bring demons such delight. Don't bore me with your religious propaganda. She dismisses the jester with a wave of her hand. A scrawny spellcaster comes forward and immediately conjures up two illusions that begin to fight violently. He rolls her eyes in exasperation. Deep down, I'm beginning to wonder if you are worth my time. Why should I desire your company? What more do you have to offer? It's a question you must answer for yourself. She's no longer trying to be polite. Her face is cold, cruel, and full of malice. Her voice is dangerously calm, but her words carry a cold threat. You should think twice before telling me what I must or must not do, Galarian. I'd advise you not to let a simple mistake happen again. She snaps her fingers in irritation, and magic sparks fly from her fingertips. The performers who were unlucky enough to provide the evening's entertainment begin to scream with pain. Their bodies change shape, density, and color. In a matter of moments, they have been completely transformed into a set of whimsically decorated furniture. The pieces of furniture creak sadly as if lamenting their bitter fate. I must admit that our time together has brought me a certain degree of amusement. However, I do not intend for us to meet again. I ask that you take this humble gift of my sign of affection, and in fond memory of the pleasure our conversations used to provide. This is one of my latest creations. It has an intelligence mind all its own. I'm certainly far more clever and sophisticated than many living creatures I know. The jewel will identify most important traits and features of its owner, and then it will enhance those abilities. It is a rare and valuable gift, and I hope you appreciate its worth. And now I must ask you to leave. I have grown tired of your company. Show Finian. Do you know anything about this? Was this your doing? She narrows her eyes and examines him. Do you really think I would release such a poor craftsmanship into the world? Words fail me. However, I have seen work like this before. It was done by an incompetent, untalented individual who calls himself the Bladesmith. He showered me with compliments and asked to be my apprentice, but in truth, he just wanted to learn my secrets. Needless to say, I refused him under no uncertain terms. Let's see what he managed to learn on his own. It looks like he lacked the skills to copy my transformation spells. He clearly had no idea what he was doing. This is disgustingly crude work. The soul didn't fill the shape completely, and part of it is still lost somewhere. To tell you more, I need to disassemble the sample. Don't even think about it. You demons are always looking for a reason to start dismembering people. If we were here to fight instead of talk, I'd be more than a match for you, sweetheart. You'd have a tough time taking me down. How abominable. Its mind seems flawed, too. The Bladesmith should have called himself the Bungler, because that would have been more accurate. Just look at this. He was clearly incapable of selecting the right kind of soul and transferring it properly. What a complete waste of material. Lift the spell of these unfortunate people you've turned into objects. She gives you a cold stare and lifts her chin haughtily and mutters through clenched teeth. And if I do as you demand, what will happen to my manor? Have you considered that? We've been collecting furniture in this way for millennia, and now you want me to leave my house with bare walls and drafty rooms? What unthinkable nonsense. Were it not for the commander, I would have chopped off your head. Turning living creatures into other things it's the worst of all crimes. What do we have in here? We have 2 Mariliths, that guy, and her. I can't tell who that is. I think that's Lan. Or is that social? There's arrows on his back. I'm going to attack. A fight to the death will rid you of your boredom. Now this is interesting. Let's play. Slow, huh? An alchemist and a marksman. Let's get the alchemist.
You've crossed the wrong line.
Wait a second. The bloody freak.
Desna, guide my hand!
No glory without risk!
I can still fight. Go.
Make your peace.
I could have sworn if Social hadn't died so fast, I could have done like haste.
Let's hear you cry.
I will resist.
Into the fray!
Please help me.
The light take you!
Out of my way!
No glory without risk! Into the fray! The light take you!
Mercy, in memory of the sweet moments of intimacy that we shared together, do not kill me. Finish the demon off.
The world has suffered enough.
I guess he doesn't have haste on.
A bright future awaits us.
Save. Are they slowed? What's going on with you guys? Well, whatever it is gone now, so.
I lead. You follow.
Okay, killed her. I guess arrange a meeting with Nocticula for Ember. What the heck is the thing? Over here? Oh god, it's going totally the wrong way. Let's go back to the Nexus. I think we'll rest here. So I have secure an audience with the rulers. So that would be Hep Z and Nocticula. Making friends, that's giving the Nahadran crystal to Shamira, which I don't want to do. Become famous to get Nocticula's attention. Meet with Nocticula for Ember. So it's almost all just Nocticula stuff.
Onwards!
Ivu healed Ulbrich for 2 hit points? Ivu can heal? Alright. Should also save. Well, what was that thing I just got, actually? Alexia's Magnifying Amulet. +5 natural armor enhancement bonus to AC. Also grants a +2 to the highest current ability score. +5 to AC. It's a +6. But a +2 to your highest score. That would give me +9 strength. Let's go. Just 1 drop in AC for more damage output. Feel like that's worth. Give that to him. Save. Alright, let's go do this and see what this does. Where do I go for this? Oh, I think that's at the other place? Yeah, it's here. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, what does this say? 6th at level 18. I'm not 18 yet. I'm 15. Plus 5 resistance to all saving throws. Immunity to movement impairing effects. Damage reduction 5 against everything. Immunity to paralysis. Immunity to blindness. Okay, that's really good. Alright. Oh, reflex is my lowest save. Also Cape of Morta. That's dexterity modifier. It's going to be rough to deal with. Alright. Let's give it a shot. I've completed your task. So speak if you have, but use your mind instead of your flapping lips. I know that you have done much to win Shamira's favor, but my heart tells me that helping her would lead to evil. Forget everything I've told you. We'll find another way to complete our mission. It is wrong to fight evil by increasing the power of another evil. Reject the promises of the Ardent Dream, and we'll leave this place before we betray ourselves. The Hadron crystals are the blood of the fallen demon lords whose body became... Okay, that's just telling her what she wants. Shout, which is like... That's asking her to fight me, essentially. I do not serve you, and I will not tell you anything. She gives you a venomous smile, and you can read your sentence in her eyes. That's right, you don't serve me. You are an outsider. And by Nocticula's will, no one can lay a finger on you, but who will stop me? Her magic crashes over your will. Failed will save. Hold on, champion. Together we can overpower the magic of the fiend. Fight to the end. You can't break me. She brings more force to bear against you. A vein pulses on her temple. Fail the will save. I've learned everything I need. Rip. So in that case, let's try to fight her, I guess? Tell her she's a weak little bitch. See what happens? See if that starts a fight. I've completed your task. Shout so everyone can hear, screw you, you can stew in your ignorance. You piece of filth. Oh. The latest attack is much stronger, but you muster all of your willpower to fend it off. Keep trying, it won't work. You'll regret that, you little son of a bitch. You refuse to talk, so be it. I'll just rip everything you know out of your mind. Oh, I failed. Sag. I gotta get some lucky rolls, I guess. Is there any way I can increase my will save? I'm sure there is.
I will lend you my aid.
+1 resistance bonus on saves. Protection from evil. +2 resistance bonus on saves. Created by evil creatures.